you guys going? So as per usual, I love trying new things, so I am trying something new today. I've got essentially two cameras on. Hello YouTube on this camera, and I've got Facebook Live in my group mastermind, Winning the Womanly Way. How are you guys? So today's officially day 2 for me. Day 2 of working from home. Pretty good actually. I got up this morning and had a little bit of, you know how sometimes when you're half asleep and you just heard this sound, I'm just like, I heard my alarm, I turned my alarm off, and then Scott's alarm went, and then I still heard the sound in the background, and I said to him, what's that? Have you got another phone somewhere that's got an alarm clock on? He's like, no. And so I got up. But as I was getting up, I realized I actually had a 5 o'clock Australia time coaching call with my coach in the US on wealth creation. So yeah, luckily I got to listen to my coach live on our Q&A. It was awesome. I've learned so much just from listening to the Q&A, really. And then I did my meditation. If you want to hear about what inspirations I got out of my meditation, make sure you watch my YouTube video I did earlier today. It's on feeling of expansion and expansion. Okay, so both expansion as growing, expansiveness as growing, and expansiveness as wealthy. And I talked about how it is okay to feel that at the moment when we are sort of facing a lot of, trauma and going through a tough time, it is still okay to feel expansive, because you yourself is actually, an abundant being. I believe we're all abundant being. To feel grateful for what you have. That's what expansiveness is. Expansiveness is that you're growing. Right, you're growing as an individual, and I'm actually going to talk to you guys about this today. So today's topic, we are talking about my number 1 tip to come out on top, not past coronavirus, but during. Okay, there's so much work that you can do right now, and just by being productive in your everyday work, you're actually creating extra time. So the reason that I was telling you about my story today is I got up at 5. Right, between 5 to right now, I not only have done the work that I needed to do for work, I was actually a lot more productive just on my everyday work stuff, but also with my business. I had since a coaching call with my coach, the Q&A I had in the morning. I've done 2 meditations already, and I got everything in order, right? Right now, it's probably a bit hard to say that I've got everything in perfect order, because we have to adapt every single day. But the tip that I really want to give you guys, and I'm so passionate about it, I'm going to show you this. I've actually made notes. Okay, so I am going to read a little bit, just because there's so much information that has come through me today. I don't want to miss a thing. And at the end of this, I've got so many good stuff I want to announce today to really support you guys going through this period, because I believe right now is when we all come together and support one another. And that's why you would have seen me rolling out a lot more initiatives, a lot more ideas, a lot more stuff to really get that community spirit going, because I believe for us to all grow during this time, community is everything. So shall we get going? Right, so my number 1 tip to come out on top during coronavirus is stop playing small and stop choosing comfort over growth. Just like what ScoMo would say, stop it, and stop it. Okay? Stop it. So when you choose comfort over save, so comfort and playing small over growth, what happened is, I'm just going to say it's normal. It's natural human behavior. If you look at the 6 basic human needs, one is comfort, certainty, right? Certainty is what all of us need right now. Because during the time of uncertainty, when there's a lot of change, when we don't feel comfortable with the situation, when we don't have control over the situation, you are going to want certainty, because that gives you a piece of, that makes you feel safe. And as human beings, our highest priority and the highest value, it doesn't matter who you speak to, when you really ask them and drill down to, the highest value, it is always love, connection, safety, and peace. Right? So what are you going to do during times of difficulty? You're going to do whatever it takes to build connection, to have love, to feel loved, to have certainty so you feel safe and at peace. Because what happens when we have to go outside of our comfort zone, especially in times of uncertainty? What's the biggest fear that you're facing right now? If you're watching, please feel free to comment. I love it when I can interact with you guys. I can actually see both from LinkedIn and also from Facebook. So if you want to comment, please feel free to comment. Like I said, love interaction. I love to hear back from you guys. So right now, this is what I believe, and please feel free to correct me or give me some feedback. Fear, right? Fear of what? Losing our jobs and then not being able to pay for the bills, become homeless. That's probably our biggest fear right now. Catching coronavirus is one thing, right? Okay, maybe death. But I think the biggest thing is that job uncertainty, that I can't feed my family anymore. I won't be able to afford the rent anymore. I won't be able to pay my mortgage anymore. Is that right? So let's be honest. My biggest fear for not having money and not having the income is that I will be homeless. So this vision that I always have up until recently is that I'm going to end up homeless and sleeping in a car. That's like the ultimate for me. There's so much shame attached to it. Fear, hurt by myself, and guilt. Right? A lot of it is to do with our money belief, money blueprint, and that's why I'm utilizing this time doing my wealth creation course, working on my money mindset. Okay? There's so much fear around, and there are a lot of us keep choosing comfort. And what comfort looks like right now is compromising what you really want and put everything on hold. Just because it's comfortable right now, I'm just going to stay at this spot. That's all right. Everything will get better once we get out of this. But what about right now? What if this is going to take 6 months? Are you just going to sit there? Are you just going to sit there in this pool of comfort and be miserable at the same time, worried at the same time as well? So I, believe it or not, and this is not too long ago, but it feels like a lifetime ago, I used to be that person that would choose comfort, that would choose to make everyone else happy besides me because it was comfortable. I thought that was comfortable. I thought by sacrificing my own need and just follow the flow and give other people what they want, what they expected me to do, it was comfortable. I thought that was going to give me love, connection, peace, and safety. But guess what? It didn't, did it? It backfired on me. I was divorced at the age of 31. I had to go away from the job that I didn't love, but at least it was a secure job, and then to realize I made a wrong decision. If I continue to choose comfort, and this is what I believe about life, is that if you don't get your alignment right, and this is what I've learned from the Wealth Creation course as well from my coach, Melanie and Leah, highly recommend it as a coach for females about feminine empowerment and also creating your own, what you truly desire. Melanie talked about alignment, right? It's about what you desire. So what do you want? The thought. And then the feeling need to be aligned with it. Then you take action towards it. Okay? So when you're not aligned, when you're out of alignment, things just doesn't happen. And our job every single day, when I talk about power, it's your personal power, right? Having that confidence, feel grounded, and just knowing everything will be okay. Knowing that you are loving yourself, that you're embracing yourself, and that you honor yourself every single day. And when you're out of alignment, that's when your thought and your feeling doesn't align. It's almost like when you have a thought and your feeling goes, nah, I don't quite believe that. And it doesn't matter what action that you take, it just wouldn't propel you. And life will keep throwing shitty things at you. Life will keep throwing unpleasant things at you, challenges, obstacles, until you get your alignment fixed, because that's life's way of telling you, hey, off track. You're not on track anymore. Right? And right now, I believe is the best time for you to fix that alignment. Right? Like I said, if you get your life organized, if you be productive at your workplace and get your life sorted, you actually have a lot of time, because we can't go out and socialize anymore. We can't go out and dine anymore. All those time you used to do sitting at home, turn off your TV. I wouldn't even watch TV, because there's so much fear in our TV programs these days. It's just going to make the situation worse. Right? People often ask me, how do you get time? I barely watch TV. And now that I don't have travel time, I don't have socializing time because I'm forced to stay in this place, hallelujah, I get so much more done. And I want you guys to have the same thing too. Right? You might be thinking, well, what's everyone else doing? Everything's on hold. Well, did you know there are more people who are ready to invest now more than ever? So for the past month, I've actually invested an additional $10,000 on myself. Okay, by hiring coaches that are going to support me through this period and help me to get into my power so I can come out on top with my career, with my business, with every aspect of my life. That's why I exercise. I actually have time now to go out for a walk in the morning and in the evening. I actually have time now to actually get a morning routine going and meditate, so I am grounded and ready for my team. I have so much more clarity because I worked on myself, right? Companies are still hiring. There's still tenders coming in. We just had another tender came in today. The world doesn't stop. Now is the time for leaders to step up. Instead of fading away and going, I'm just going to sit on my couch of comfort. They're actually stepping up, getting their hands dirty and start creating. Because guess what's going to happen, right? Here's the rest of the world. And this is why we call that 1%, because these people are actually the 1% of people that's willing to get out of comfort and just get their hands dirty a little. Okay? So here's the normal population. Here's the 1% people that only have to tilt 1% as well each day. They only have to be 1% ahead of you today, because it's the compound effect, right? If I'm 1% ahead of you today, and I'm just going to do a very simple math because I'm not that great with complex calculations. So just bear with me here. If you're a detailed person, you're great with numbers, just bear with me. So this is normal people at 0, day 1. This is the compound effect with, the 1% people that are 1% ahead of you on day 1. Let's just do 1 plus 1 equals to 2. So day 2, they're 2% ahead. I'm not even going to project down to 6 months. Okay? I'm just going to say 30 days time. They're already 30% ahead of you. Little step, day by day. That's all you need. Okay? Even if you just start tomorrow morning and say, what is the one thing that's scaring me right now? And what is that decision I'm going to take towards that? Am I going to choose comfort? Or I'm going to choose a little bit, just 1 degree more of discomfort today. Just 1 degree more. Right? There are still people investing because property price has dropped significantly. Interest has dropped because the government wants to help the economy. The ones that are ready, they are ready right now. So do you think, just give you a bit of an example as well. Do you think if I choose comfort, I would have invested in 2 properties in the past 5 years? Of one, which I bought in 2015, when I first had my divorce settlement, when we sold our family home. Do you think I would have bought in 2015 when everyone was telling me, oh, no, it's a bubble that's about to burst? Guess what? That bubble went on for another 3 years up until 2018 and start to fall. I then, at the peak of the market, guess what? I refinanced my property and bought a second investment property right before the market was about to fall. Well, everyone was saying, don't do it, it's too risky, don't do it, it's too risky. If I choose comfort, I would not have had neither of those properties. Do you think if I choose comfort over a little bit of uncertainty, a little bit of discomfort, I would have got to where I am today? If I didn't say yes to a recruiter who come and approach me and say, hey, I think you might be interested. If I didn't take that little bit of risk, would I be here today enjoying the job that I always wanted, the one that I manifested about 6-7 years ago? No. Right? For the past 5 years, I have chosen, ever since the day when I hit rock bottom, I promised myself that I will take care of myself first. I will listen to my intuition, that I will choose growth. I will choose me, be the best version of me every single day, than comfort. I'm just going to check my note, just make sure I haven't missed anything. Like I said, a lot of us are choosing comfort at the moment because that gives us what? Certainty. But also understand during uncertain times, there's a lot of emotions in play, even when you're unaware of it, because uncertain times brings up memories, past experience. A lot of us might be feeling anxious, we might be feeling fear, uncertainty, or overwhelmed at the moment, right? And this is the thing about emotions. When emotions are up, intelligence are down. So when you're full of emotions, guess what? You lose that sense of internal certainty. Have you ever had that time when you just know everything's going to be all right? Well, now isn't the time, is it? Because we never had to face a global pandemic. There's no certainty, is it? Or is there? What I'm going to say to you guys is there's actually certainty. If you look at China, if you look at some of the countries that are starting to recover, there's actually a sense of certainty. The uncertainty is when. But that's okay. Now is the time when you utilize the time. Like I said, utilize this time on you. Maybe that is actually a gift that the universe has given us, right? Through this pandemic, guess what? We're spending more time with our family. That's going to make me cry. We're spending more time thinking, what could I do? What could I do about me? Because there's no one else that you could really worry about besides your kids and your family. You can't even get out. Well, you try to avoid going out. Right? So what could you do? But the thing is, when you are in an emotional high, whether you're excited or you're anxious, I'm going to say probably a lot of you are quite anxious and fearful and feeling just, all those negative emotions. When you've got emotion all over your body, you lose that internal sense of certainty. And that's our guiding star. That's our guiding star that it's like an innate gift that was given to us, right? That's what we call a gut feel. But what you also lose is the sense of creativity. We are at our most creative when we're relaxed. How often do you wake up feeling energized but also just have this idea? I get it all the time because I'm a deep sleeper, but also I worked really hard in regulating my emotion, not to suppress them, because suppressing them would just create massive wave. More about regulating them, and whenever I feel like I'm about to get out of control, being in Aries and a fire type, my emotions are naturally quite dramatic. But it's almost like being able to step outside of your body and step outside of you and looking at it from a objective perspective and go, why am I feeling this way? Why is it triggering me? What past events, what past situations have made me this way? Right? Because like I said, a lot of what we're feeling right now isn't because the current situation is, but because in the past we have faced uncertainty and we don't want to go back there again. It might be that in the past you have faced stressful situations that gone from bad to worse and you had a stress attack, right? It might be that you had some sort of situation that got you into so overwhelmed that everything just got out of control. As human beings, we hate being out of control. We hate being out of control because being out of control means there's no certainty. It doesn't feel safe. It's just, for some reason, we believe that if we can be in control of everything, everything will be okay. If we can be perfect, everything will be okay. Well, guess what? That is not the case. How are you going to perform at your best and deal with stressful situations when you are already like topping out of stress and anxiety and overwhelm? You're not going to be able to react to the situation. Not at all. No way. On top of that, you're not even going to have the creativity to come up with a different solution. So if you look at the current situation that we're facing, it's unprecedented. None of us has faced this before. Do you think the old way of dealing with things is going to work? No way! Why do you think all these entrepreneurs and all these people are starting different things online? Because they realize when we're dealing with new situations, new and uncertain situations, we need to tap into our creativity and come up with new solutions. Why do you think companies are struggling right now? When they don't know how to use tech, when they don't know how to utilize, video conferencing and all that. Because their old ways doesn't work anymore. Old ways, old mentalities, old technology, old ways to solve problems just simply doesn't work anymore. So, why do I want you to get out of discomfort then? Because there's being in comfort and allowing other people to take control of your life. And there's being in comfort, knowing that you have created all of this. Have that inner peace, have that inner creativity, knowing whatever happens, you've got this. Okay? So do you rather other people take control of your life, or do you rather you take control of your own life? If you think about my story, right, I allowed other people to take control of my life because I thought that was the ultimate comfort that I could have. But it backfired, didn't it? So the thing about comfort is, as long as you allow other people to create your comfort for you and choose to live in that comfort, it will backfire one day. It just will, because you're going against your alignment. Okay? And by choosing bravery every single day, really you are creating a different kind of comfort. Okay? It's to choose walk with your fear and finally become comfortable with dealing with uncomfortable situations. Being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Right? Choosing to walk with your discomfort, walk with your fear and say, you know what? I accept that. That's just a part of me. That's just a part of me. It's like, for me, the fear of rejection, fear of failure is always going to be a part of me. I think I talked about it yesterday in one of the lives that I talked about. Whenever I up level, my fear of rejection and my fear of failure will come literally like live here. But now what I've learned is I learned to celebrate with my fears. I am comfortable now celebrating with my fear. It's almost like I've been sleeping with my fear for so long. I just accept it. Because I know either way I'm going to have to face it. I either, it's like, you know, keep your friends close but your enemies closer. I'm keeping my fears closer just because I know it's actually going to serve me. I celebrate my fears now because I know when I look at my fear, whenever it comes to like this close to me, it means I'm about to have a breakthrough. I'm about to up level. And this is what I want you guys to have, because I no longer have to deal with the stress and the anxiety and the discomfort, right? I am now in control of my own life, of how I want to deal with my fear, instead of letting my fear determine how I want to deal with my life, or hiding underneath this comfort thing that is really just a misconception. And it's almost the comfort of knowing that I've got this. I've got the skills, I've got the knowledge to deal with life, and trusting that everything will be okay. And I create my own certainty now. The certainty is that everything will be okay. So what if it's time for you to step outside of your comfort zone and just tilt that 1 degree towards discomfort? Because do you know there's a description about the flow state. So for those of you who haven't heard of the flow state, you know, whenever you get bored at work and wherever you start sort of procrastinating or sort of, I don't know, manipulating or sabotaging, that's the word I was looking for. Whenever you try to sabotage completing a task, generally we classify it as procrastinating. But you also know there's 2 factors that drives why you procrastinate. One is because the task is too easy, and the other is because the task is too hard. So all I'm asking you to do is don't stay at 0 degree, because then the task is too easy, which means you will procrastinate because you get bored. Please don't die of boredom. That's the worst way to die. I'm not asking you to tilt 10 degrees because that will create discomfort, and that's too much outside of your comfort zone. You're not ready for it. I just want you to tilt 1 degree, just one little step at a time, 1 step at a time. Just like when a baby first learns to walk. You don't run, you go 1 baby step at a time, right? And that's what I want you to do, just 1 tiny little step at a time. And just imagine, what if by doing that 1 step at a time, that tiny 1 degree a day, you are starting to create time to up level, time to learn, time to upskill, time to find opportunities, and time to build your community that will really support you. What if you can actually use that time to figure out what you really want? What if you use that time to create opportunities that you could not create in any other time? By going out there and asking people and say, hey, this is how I can help you. I understand then it's difficult times, and this is when you need me more than ever. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could turn your stress, your anxiety, your uncertainty, and just that fear that everything would get out of control into a clear vision, an action plan, a 5-step process that you can get from where you are right now, feeling stressed, anxious, and just want to, you know, dig into comfort and not wanting to take, you know, cautious steps and not wanting to take big steps, to really know where you want to be and have that plan, have that vision, have that certainty that everything is going to be okay. In fact, everything is going to be more than okay because you've taken that 1 degree a day. I'm not asking you to do a lot. All I'm asking you to do is commit to yourself. Promise yourself that you take that 1 degree shift a day. Whether it be that, you know, you look into getting a coach, whether it be that you start just looking at how you can improve life in general, whether it be looking at job opportunities, or maybe starting your own business, really understanding what you want. Just do something. When you're doing something, you're already taking a step towards your goal, your vision, whatever you want to create. When you're not doing anything, You're just at that 0 degree point. Right? Now is the time. When everyone chooses to stay still, it's those people that take that 1 degree that will come out on top. You might come out on top next month. You might come out on top tomorrow. You might come out on top 6 months' time. It doesn't matter. What matters is every single day you're bettering yourself. You go from 1% to 2% to 3% to 4%. And because you're taking small steps each day, it feels easy. So wouldn't it be amazing if we can turn you towards that 1 degree? If we can release your anxiousness, anxiety, if we can take away all those negative feelings and create a plan. Okay, how we can get there. Create a vision, create a plan, create a strategy. You know how we talk about vision, strategy, plan, a step-by-step guide to get you going, taking those little steps, creating a community around you as well, and get that support. Right now is the time when we all need support more than ever. So I am currently offering a 30-minute free call for anyone who's interested in turning their life up that 1 degree. If you're interested, I'm going to pop the link in the description. So for Facebook, it's up there. For YouTube, it's down below. Feel free to click on it. It's as easy as booking a 30-minute call with me. And let's just have a look at how we can plan the next few weeks, maybe months, to turn your life around so you can come up on top during coronavirus and beyond it. That's all I want for you guys, right? That's all I want for you guys. I just want to be able to help. Of course, there are other ways that I could help you as well, which I'm also going to post in the description below. The first one is the 30-minute call. You could also, there's a form that you can fill in as well by telling me what you need right now. And then at the end of it, you could either choose a 30-minute phone call or I could help you with some of the essential stuff to keep your life going. And thirdly, starting tomorrow night, I will be jumping on Zoom sessions. One session at 7 a.m. I better check my time. Yeah, 7 a.m. in the morning. So each session will be 30 minutes. 7 a.m., 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. every single day to support you. So if you ever feel like I just need to have a chat with somebody, jump on call during those times. Outside of those times, message me either to book the 30-minute call or to fill in a form, which then I'll be able to call you back. And during, you might ask, what are we going to do in those 30-minute sessions? There'll be a lot of Q&A. Whoever jumps on board can jump in and do a bit of Q&A with me, where I help you solve whatever immediate challenges that you have. Maybe release some of the stress. Maybe, you know, at a 10 o'clock session, what I'm anticipating is we'll go through some meditation. So hopefully for that session, you'll be laying in bed. And I won't be singing your lullaby, but I'll be doing a meditation to help you fall asleep. The 6 p.m. would be to release any stress that you had during the day. The 7 a.m. of course will be getting you ready for the day, so you are all physically, mentally pumped up and ready for the day. So you have your mental clarity, you have your physical, hopefully we'll do some workout as well, simple, easy workouts. I'm not a personal trainer, but I'll be helping you doing a bit of easy workout. I might be on a walk myself, so you can, you know, walk and join me if you like. It's just really be there and support you guys. And that's really all I wanted during this time. And I hope it helps. I hope it helps. Scott, buying 3,000 rolls of toilet paper is not the way to deal with uncertainty. That's if you can find them. So if you find any toilet paper, let me know. Based on my calculation, we've got another 12 days to go. We'll be all right. Then it's up to the, and then we've got 2 packs of flushables. I reckon we'll be okay. But if you do have challenges like that, if you need to do some grocery shopping, as long as it's not too far away from where I am, or if you need to do some, I don't know, if you need to get some groceries and bits and pieces, daily essentials done while you're at work, or if you don't have a car, whichever situation it is, I am more than happy to help. So I will be posting all those ways that you can get in touch with me and get the support that I could offer. And if I can't help you, I'm more than happy to refer you to someone else. Okay, that's me for today. Thank you for listening, and I really hope it helps. As per usual, I would love for your support. So if you can, give me a thumbs up, and also share my channel. Subscribe to my channel as well. As you can see right now, since yesterday, I've already been online 3 times. So this is what I'm intending to do. I am going to be around as much as I can. And I'm going to show up every single day so I can best serve you guys and help you guys. Love you all. Have a wonderful night. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.